Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Catherine and I hope you remain my gang. Please remember to subscribe, like and follow. So today I have my friend here, my friend and colleague.
Hey.
Yeah, his name is Brian, a lawyer by profession and a salesperson by choice. You know?
Yeah.
I let him introduce himself further.
Yeah, so hi guys. So my name is Brian MUHORO. I am a sales executive. I also did law in campus and I went to Kenya School of Law. Yeah, so that's me. Yeah.
Okay. So today, as the topic explains it, we want to talk about societal pressure.
Yeah.
Last week on Friday, we had a discussion at the office, and I realized MUHORO is so passionate about that particular topic, and I thought maybe he'd have something to share.
Yeah.
So MUHORO, do you have an experience about it?
Yeah. So Kate, what I'm passionate about is what is going on generally around everywhere, especially in Nairobi right now. There's a lot of feel like it's a lot of pressure, especially from one the relationships we have, which is, may it be, relationships with, girlfriends, wives, or relationships with our families. You see, you have your mom, your dad. There are people who have pressure when it comes to things like marriage. Utaoa lini? That's a really common question. Everyone talking about utaoa lini, and it kind of and it's both for both sexes, the male and the female. You keep on being asked. Utapa, some actually don't even ask about utaoa lini. Utatuletea watoto lini? Imagine. Yeah. So it's too much for people my age, especially people who are heading to people who are in the late 25 to 30s or early 30s.
Yeah.
Is this pressure, and it comes from the differences in our generations, the generation of our parents' generation and ours. You see, so that is something that is they don't understand what's going on right now. Right now, for example, I'll talk about when it comes to how they relate let's start with parents and how they relate with money. You see, so when we were growing up, our parents, 1,000 bob was a lot. Come cut, I don't know, 15 bob, 25 bob, Right now, cutting in 50 bob, so it's twice. So think about it in terms of how many things have doubled over the years. Rent has doubled.
Yeah. I was actually telling my friend, I remember when chips ilikuwa 25 bob. Sasa ni 80 bob. So
yes, no. Mob. So 1,000 bob isn't a lot of money these days. You see, you get, for example, things like school fees. Someone wants you to get a kid, but you see, you're not even earning that much. So what is happening to our generation? We're becoming a generation of debtors. We just mtu anaomba deni ndo ombe. Unaenda tala, unaomba deni huko ndo ulipe beshte yako. It's crazy. It's a lot of pressure.
That's very true.
Yes, no.
Either tunakuwa generation ya debtors ama tunakuwa tu ma deadbeat parents.
You see.
Because most times people fall into that pressure. Unaamua sawa, acha ni settle na udem nimpe ball, and then you can't take care of that kid anymore. Dem anabaki anadem.
Yeah, I can imagine. So someone is kind of being told, I'm pregnant. So the guy MIAs. Most of the time it's you don't become a deadbeat sometimes intentionally. I remember in the office we were talking about mental health the other day, and sometimes you freak out as a guy because now you don't even have a job. Now you as a person, you feel like you're still a kid. You're still a kid. You don't have a job. You still stay with your parents. Then you end up then they might come I'm pregnant, and now you freak out. No. So you find deadbeats is a thing that is, I don't want to say it's misunderstood somehow, because now there's pressure from also the girl child for men to step up. But then men are looking for jobs out here, they're not finding them. You see, so there is a lot of conflicts when it comes to parents and their kids, their generation and ours, and how they understand what is happening right now and what used to happen. So many, very few. Like we can talk about maybe 5 out of 10, maybe half of your friends were raised by single moms. But the other half were raised by, families. The mom was there, the dad was there.
Yeah.
But now, you find most of my friends, I have very few friends who have, like, for example, in campus, because I went to Catholic University. Shout out to people who are in Catholic. Most of the people there were ladies. And I can tell you there's so many ladies who are raising the kids on their own. So many of them, and I'm talking about ladies who did law, and I can just, maybe they were well-to-do families, you see. So they are raising kids on their own. So how many deadbeat dads are there?
Also, it was mental health for men last month, and as far as mental health is concerned and societal pressure, I want us to talk about depression. I want us to talk about the much men go through just to fit in a particular crowd. Can we talk about that?
Yeah. Well, when it comes to depression, I can talk about, personally, I know roughly what depression is all about.
Okay.
One, from the experience that I've had,
Okay.
and two, from the experiences my friends have had.
Okay.
You see, so unapata bishte zangu. For example, let me talk about me first of all. There was a time I didn't have a job, and I was waiting.
This was immediately after campus?
No, this was it was after campus, but after campus, I went to law school.
Okay.
But most of the people had connections, so they went from coming to law school half day, then going to work the other half.
Okay.
Now, you who doesn't have connections, unakaa tu mtaani, ama unapare, unajua, me personally, I don't say responsible that I was in campus and even in law school, but there was partying and school. At least there was school, So I used to go to school. I never missed classes. But you find that there are people who actually were going to work and going to law school at the same time. So those people most of the time ended up getting jobs more than people who did. Yeah, you see. So what happened is, after law school now, I had to look for a job. It was really hard, looking for a place where you can do what we call pupillage in law school. So what you do, you go for pupillage for 6 months, and then another 6 months you actually wait for admission. That's if you've passed your exams. So
it's another exam again?
No, pupillage is where you just work in a law firm to get that experience.
Okay, it's like an internship.
Yeah, it's like an internship, but internships are usually softer. Okay. Pupillage is you're an advocate. The only thing you don't do is speak before a judge. That's the only thing. You can't what we call approaching the bench. You can't approach the bench and speak. But you can actually attend court, listen, take notes, take instructions from another advocate.
At this stage, you can't represent a client.
That's the only thing you can't do. You see. So I used to want to do that, but most of the people got those jobs because they were working part-time in campus. So I was home for a long time, and it was depressing because you don't have money. For you to go anywhere in this Nairobi, you need money. Manze, hawezi unless, and even ukienda mahali usimame, you still harass. Unafanya nini, unataka nini? Either makarao, you see, street kids huku nje wanaombana do, unaona. So it's either you stay home or you have money when you're going out. So most of the time it's either you stay in the house or you go out and stay there, because most of the time you find, I had friends who were okay. So I would go and because of depression, unajua home unaulizwa nini, mbona wewe ni couch potato, si utafute kitu ya kufanya boss,
nika utafute.
So unajua imagine unapata mtu unakaa home, then jioni mtu asubuhi alikuacha kwa nyumba, jioni anakupata kwa nyumba. So unajua anakuchukulia vibaya because frustrations jiona yeye anafanya kazi, wewe ufanye, na umekaa hapa, amekusomesha, what else do you need? So those are the kind of things that I was going through when I was home. Then I got a job at the Ministry of Lands, which was free. before Uhuru decided that wasana for alipo wakiwa interns in these places. So nilikaa huko, I was working for free, pesa hapa na pale when you're doing errands, but it wasn't making any.
It was not enough.
Yeah, in fact I was deep into, because the only money I used to get, I used to bet by the way.
Really?
Betting was a thing. Betting, let me tell you, to be honest, it's a very controversial topic for young guys, but I used to bet. I was deep into betting.
Okay.
Because that's the only way I could make this 50 bob into that 500 for the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
You see? And now what happens when ukipotezea for 50 bob? No. So now you're zero. Una do. So it was just a horrible time, you see. And it got to a point when I didn't have work after, because I gave up on that thing, because 2017 the elections were going on. So I just gave up on that job, because I wasn't getting anywhere. There was nobody coming to the office. Government job, when elections hakuna job. Yeah, So it got to a point I got so depressed. I was in, you become it's like you can't even talk. You can't express yourself. You're in this slump. It's like there's a cloud hanging over you everywhere you go. You can't even be happy you are unable to be happy for other people.
What?
To be honest, because even if you try, you look like you're pretending you're actually. So that's generally what I went through. Even after I had those small kinds of depression that come in between, because even when you get work, it's not enough. Because I remember I got after that depression stage, because I decided, because the time I decided I need to do something, because I can't be living like this. I had to speak to myself. It was New Year's 2017.
Who are your friends? Like, did they come through? Ama ulikuwa na mabeshte wako huko juu, yani the highlights?
When you okay, to be honest, my friends are really high. They're not too high, but they're not also they spend. Yeah, you'll feel the pinch when you're going out. Really, mabeshte wangu, especially people who do low spend a lot of money on drinks, going out, they want to go on expensive hikes. Most of the people drive, actually. You see, even the ladies in the same class used to drive. Okay. So you can imagine you want to go
in the same class.
Uko class moja. Unaona? Uko class moja na ase wanatoa form, wanatoa plot like out of the blues. Wasi tunde na Nyuki. That place maybe is around 7 Gs a night. Na hamna kitu, imagine. So you can imagine the pressure. It's crazy. Yeah, so unaambiwa utoe do, hauna do, unafaa uende nini out. Hata nikuulize honestly, kuna venye your friends can come through for you. Come through for you tomorrow. Lakini sasa ikiendelea hivyo inakuwa tricky. Sasa the next thing, what do? You see your friends online, walikijibamba mahali, you can't come.
Acha nikuulize, senye ulikuwa bado azinao wako sawa wewe ulikuwa. Bado walikuwa nakutolea bado form, wana expect bado mwende hizo form.
Si ndio?
So ulikuwa unafanya?
Si unakosa kuishia. You just quiet. Sorry na kuanga ni aje umepotea, umekuwa wapi boss? Wachanga kututupa hivi. They know you don't have money. They know you don't have a job. So they stop calling you and call you once in a while. Sometimes unapata, especially if you're the life of the party, they call you when they need you.
Oh yeah.
They call you only when they need you. Unaona manze kuna hype. Brian anakuanga hype. Acha tumcall. Naona do. So always show up. So this person is reminding you how poor you. It's a reminder. So you find even now with friends who are going through the same thing, you try and be you're trying to be gentle with them. Because now let me tell you, I have a friend who personally was going through depression for a long time, and it was partly because of that. The guy he's a friend of mine, has been going through a lot of not in between jobs. He's always in between jobs. Can't really hold a job. Most of the time, that depression can take you there. You find yourself, you're not balanced. you find yourself unbalanced. So every time you get something
Oh,
good,
that's
you
sad.
can't really maintain it, because unashinda tu ukigo into a dark place, you can't really perform, you're not productive. You know, you even actually, you know, grooming, how you groom yourself tells a lot about you. So
Okay.
unapata umse he looks shabby. No, so
Amejiachilia
unapata mtu anapata job poa lakini anashinda ku maintain kwa sababu mentally he's not in that space yet.
Yeah.
He's still in a very dark place. No. So I have a friend who was going through that, and it took a lot of work to get him out of that place. And funny thing, imagine that guy also had the same kind of pressure, because he used to drive, you know, he used to have a girlfriend. Unajua alikuanga na do. No. But then, you know, when you finish campus, all of that is gone now. Now you find everyone depends on you, or let me say, all eyes are on you. You know,
yeah.
So hakuna hiyo usaidizi, you know, ya kukusaidia, yani hakuna mtu anakusaidia kufanya vitu zingine. You have to be responsible, you have to step up.
Yeah.
And this guy now is when he's being exposed. Kumbe this guy akona two issues, unajua. So I discovered that this guy had depression after he got out of his relationship, after he lost his job, you know. So nilikuanga so concerned about this guy, because he used to talk to me about, you know, my life, and you know, is it worth living? And you know, this guy, yeah, and you know, you find this guy can even slump, you know, into some kind of suicidal behavior. You know, you have to now follow up on your friends. And this thing, you know, I couldn't shut up about it. I couldn't not tell my friends. But they kama beshte yako wana go through depression, usinyamazie hiyo story. Keep on, you know, even tell other friends. See ati kumshame, you know, it's not shaming, it's support. Let me tell you, it's how, because acha nikwambia, huwezi kuwa there for your friend all the time. You have your own life to live.
You do.
It also, you know, matters how you deal with the situation. No. So you have your own life to live. So naambia mabisha zako ndo kusaidia. Kama wewe hauko na yeye, bisha yako mwingine ako na yeye. And let me tell you, it's just that people are not talking about it, but there's a lot of guys committing suicide, especially men in Nairobi. And it's a bad
sad
thing. And it's because friends are not talking about it openly.
But you know, men, I think men don't open up that often.
Yeah, you see, that's an issue. Okay, me personally, I think it's just part of toxic masculinity.
I also think it's
it's toxic. It's toxic masculinity. Wase unajua mimi unajua hizo stories za mafeelings.
Mimi niko fit.
Mimi niko sawa mimi. Actually, funny thing, Jana was in our matanga in, you know, some Eastland sides, called Jogoro kwenda hivyo. And this guy has lost a dad. Sindio? And we're asking him, uko poa? He's like, niko fit, manze. He's even smiling, you know. And there's this friend of mine, a lady, she's called Ivy. She's telling the guy, you know, we are here for you. You don't have to put a brave face all the time. But napata umse ana insist, because he probably in his mind thinks that he doesn't have to show weakness.
Yeah, he thinks it's being weak.
And weakness is something personally I always feel like you have to show for you to show strength.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people don't know strength if they haven't seen weakness.
Yeah, that's
you see,
true. Yeah,
that's how I think about it. But napata hiyo toxic masculinity, and that is one of the things imefanya kukuwe na hata depression ya men. Unaona hiyo toxic masculinity. Unapata
I think it's toxic. How else can you explain that? Like you have a problem. Mbona unajiwekea kuwe?
It's true.
You know.
Sijaelewa. Personally, I don't want to say I'm 100% at the, you know, out of toxic masculinity because of things like responsibility. Also, I'm a firstborn, so lazima ni kuenge na so lazima ni take care of. Unajua ile firstborn si role manze. Lazima ushinde umetake care. Uko wapi, umefika wapi, unadu nini, uko sure, mimi niko poa, uko aje, vaa sweater. Unajua
una sweater.
Usikii baridi, hiyo responsibility anakuambia hivyo, hatuna sweater sisi. It is funny. But I'm not gotten out of it, but I can tell you I like to show vulnerability. I like to show that I feel I like to show feelings. Unajua? And in a very positive way. I'm sad about this. You know, for example, there's a time I felt so sad, you know, and I had to call, you know, someone and tell them, hey, I'm feeling sad because of this and this and that. Unajua? And it was, that person was like, thank you for telling me you are sad. I felt like coming in and consoling you. So I had to console you on the phone because I was not there. But I appreciate that milionyesha sadness. No.
Yeah, I was actually telling my colleagues, there are some ladies that really find it so cute when a man shows his vulnerability.
Nasikia jamaa.
Yeah, anaonyesha temenya, anaonyesha ako vulnerable na kuna time anaweza break. It feels so nice.
Yeah,
but that will only happen when the lady also understands. Unaona? So wale mademu wako zile za wewe ni mwanaume jikaze. No, the lady that lady that atakwambia it's fine, it's going to be okay, you know?
Yeah, because unajua toxic masculinity, personally toxic masculinity is infectious, even to ladies. There are people who have been told that men are not supposed to be vulnerable. You see, but I always find that you sometimes have to find a balance with someone who you're with, because you might find okay, me I can tell you kuna macho ladies. Bana unajua nini tutafanya hivi na hivi, you know. So wewe ndio the emotional. But at the end of the day, there's someone who is open. You see, you have to be me ukubali. If I'm an open person, me I'm open, this is how I feel. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy. I feel like, you know, hey, me nakwambia mimi naweza hata lia your story. I'm telling you, but there's because you know, for example, movies. There's example of movies. Sometimes ladies can watch movies and cry. Yeah, you see, ladies usually watch movies and cry, you know. And I was asked, we're having a conversation, and someone asked me, so me, I'm old young, you watch movie, I'm like Z, you know. But I realized me Leah watch movies. But me nezalia basilia macho, you know, zinana kuanguka. But it's because of usually military movies, heroic movies. This guy saved the day. Me go through. So I'm like, hey, man, that's a hero. Unajua, me that feel home say, honestly, you know, I admitted that me feel some type of way when I watch very heroic. So
wasa unalia ni movie tu.
Me feel kitu yo.
Ni movie tu. Ati series.
Guys cry. I'm telling you, guys cry. Me, I've seen my friend cry. Crying.
Okay.
Akiniambia, you know, I have this issue and I feel like I'm not enough and I feel like I'm usually responsible for it. And the guy was crying.
And majority of men feel that.
You know?
Like my dad, there's a time I was talking to my dad and he was like, majority of the men that have lost their jobs, like my heart goes out to them. Because you get to a point where you don't feel like a man anymore. You feel like you are not enough. You just feel like when useless. So alikuwa anasema tu like people should just understand these people.
I allow them to feel. Okay, personally,
allow them to feel through it.
I always encourage people. Allow this person to feel this way.